Hey, what is up, guys? It is Cameron Talks Football, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over the Week 17 NFL picks. There's only one this week and then next week until playoffs do start, so playoffs do start next month. But before I do get into the video, I'd like to thank all the people that did just subscribe, and on our road to 450 subscribers, it does mean a lot. So thank you for the journey that we were pretty much about to be on, road to 1,000 subscribers. I know that might take a little while, but I'm here for it. So the first game that I'm going to be talking about is the Bears versus the Giants. I honestly think it's going to be the Bears. There's no way the Giants win this game with Jake Fromm. Who else do they have? Mike Glennon. I don't know who else they're going to have that can win this game. So really, it's an easy win for the Bears too. So there's that my pick for the Bears. And then I'm gonna have the Patriots beat the Jaguars. I think it's gonna be a pretty good game for Mac Jones. I hope Nelson Aguilar will be playing. I know Damian Harris should be playing, and so should Ramondre Stevenson off of COVID. And now we're gonna see if Matthew Judon will get off of the COVID reserve list because that's what he's on right now. Hopefully, we can get him off, so that would be a really great piece for the Patriots to have back. And then we have the Rams and the Ravens. I have the Rams winning this game. The Ravens have not been playing great. I know they don't have Lamar, but they just have not been playing that great this season. So I honestly have the Rams winning that game. Nothing more to say. No Lamar. I know it's probably going to be a lot of passes to Mark Andrews. So we are going to have to see that right there. And yeah, so it's going to be a pretty easy win for the Ravens. I mean, for the Rams, I mean. And then same for the Buccaneers and Jets. Like, if the Jets somehow win this game, I'm gonna be really surprised because the Jets. I don't understand they did play pretty good last week. I forgot who they played, but I understand they did play pretty good. I think they played Jacksonville and they won with that 56-yard rushing touchdown by Zach Wilson. But I still don't see them beating the Buccaneers at all. The Buccaneers are a pretty dang good team, so I see the Buccaneers easily winning that game. And then up next is the Atlanta Falcons versus the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills are first place in the AFC East right now, and if the Buffalo Bills lose and the Patriots win, the Patriots are the 1 seed. But right now, I see the Buffalo Bills holding onto the 1 seed, and I think they're going to finish with the second or third seed in the AFC, the whole entire AFC. But what does that mean for the Patriots? It means that the Patriots are hoping for Atlanta Falcons win and themselves to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. And if that happens, the Patriots will be having the 1 seed heading into week 18. And that means the Patriots would have the chance to play in a home game in the playoffs. But it does not look like that's going to happen. It looks like the Falcons are going to lose to the Bills. If the Falcons do somehow win this game, I'm going to be really surprised just because how good the Bills have been playing the past couple of weeks. So I have the Falcons winning that game. This game, on the other hand, it could easily go either way. We have the Chiefs and the Bengals. The Bengals have been playing really great this season after last week with Joe Burrow throwing for like 4 or 5 touchdowns for 525 yards and no picks. That is really great. And that was against a really well-coached Ravens defense. I understand they have like no secondary at all, but the Ravens are usually coached pretty dang good on their secondary and especially their defense. I understand like their offense is always like something like you can never predict it, but their defense is usually pretty dang good. So that's something surprising that it was able to happen for 500 yards. And next is the Dolphins versus the Titans. I'm going to pick the Dolphins here. The Dolphins have been really hot this season. They are on a 7-game winning streak. They started off 1-7, and now they're 8-7. They are the first team in NFL history to have a 7-game losing streak and a 7-game winning streak in the same season. And if they make the playoffs, they'll be the first team ever to start 1-7 and make the playoffs. And that is pretty good because I understand Tua does still not play that great, but it's their defense that is getting them right here. In the past 6 games, they have allowed only about 11 points and have forced about 15 turnovers in the last, I think, like 8 games or something like that. So it's pretty good. That's a pretty good number for a defense to have. And then the Raiders and the so I do have like I did I say I have the Dolphins winning this game. I think it's gonna be a 4 point win for the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are favored in this game. I hope they should be just by how they've been playing. So I have a Dolphins win right there. Next is the Raiders and the Colts. I have the Raiders winning this game just because no Carson Wentz, so that means Sam Ehlinger. So if they can stop the Colts rushing attack with Jonathan Taylor, which is something really hard to do, the Patriots weren't able to do it, the Cardinals weren't able to do it. A lot of teams aren't able to do it. So if you can stop Jonathan Taylor's rushing attack, you will be able to win this game because I don't see Sam Ehlinger doing too much passing in the passing game. I understand he does have a little bit of mobility, but I don't see him doing anything in the passing game. So that is a Raiders win right there. Next is the Eagles and Washington. I have the Eagles winning this game just because I think that they are the seventh seed right now. So right now they are in the playoffs, which is pretty good for them. And they're playing a Washington football team that did lose really bad last week against the Cowboys. I think it was like a 56-14 game or 12, something like that. A really big blown out game that should not have been that bad. Honestly, you would think that after it was like 35-7 in the third quarter, they would start just running it. But no, they just started doubling on points, and now we see how good I honestly think it's the Cowboys' defense that is getting them here. It's not their offense. Their offense has been pretty decent, but their defense has been playing great. With Micah Parsons, he's been unstoppable. He is in contention for Defensive Player of the Year. I don't see him being MVP. I see him honestly getting Defensive Player of the Year and Defensive Rookie of the Year. He can get both awards. He has been playing that great. My only thing that I'm worried about on the Cowboys defense is Trayvon Diggs, and the only reason I do say that is because I understand he does have like 12 picks or something like that this season, but he has let up a lot of yards, and that is not something that you do want. I understand, that turnovers do change a game, but you never want that for a team. Because I understand he might get a pick in a game, but he sometimes will let over 100 yards and even a touchdown. But yeah, he has been playing pretty good this season. That's the only thing I worry about with Trayvon Diggs is how many yards he does let up. So I have an Eagles win right there. And then I have the Broncos being the Chargers. The Chargers have not been playing this good. I think the Broncos will get an upset here in LA. This is the divisional game. The Broncos can still make the playoffs. There is a lot of things that do have to go into it. So, yeah, I think the Broncos will win that game. Nothing more to say. They lost to the Texans. You lose to the Texans. How do you lose to the Texans? So that's a pretty hard win for the Broncos, but that is what's going to happen in LA. And next is the 49ers versus the Texans. I have the 49ers winning this game. The 49ers have been playing pretty good this season, and now they're playing the Texans team. I understand they did win 41-29, I believe. Oh, 41-23, something like that. But I still do have the 49ers win this game. I think they're going to stay at the 6th seed no matter what in the playoffs. I don't think they can fall out of the playoffs even if they do lose the next two games. So I do have the 49ers winning that game. Next is the Seahawks and Lions. I'm going to call an upset here. I'm going to call the Lions winning by 2. I think it's not going to be on a game-winning field goal. I think the Seahawks are going to miss a field goal to win the game. And so, yeah, I think the Lions are going to upset the Seahawks. Next is the Cardinals and Cowboys. Just by how both of these teams have been playing, I'm going to be picking the Cowboys here. I do not like the Cowboys, but they have been playing pretty good this season. And the Cardinals, I did like how they were playing at the beginning of the season. They started off like 7-0 or 8-0, and now they're like 10-5 or something like that, something around there. And the Cowboys have been playing pretty good this season. Usually they're like 8-8, but now they're 11-6 or something like that. No, 11-5, something like that, around that. So I have the Cowboys winning that game. Next is the Saints and Panthers. I have the Saints winning this game. None of them are in playoff contention, but I do just have the Saints winning that game. And then Packers and Vikings. I had the Packers winning this game pretty easily. Aaron Rodgers, MVP frontrunner. I think he's going to get it again this season. So there's a win right there for the Packers. And then Browns and Steelers. this looks like it's going to be Ben Roethlisberger's last home game with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I do not like him, but he was a good quarterback. So we're going to have to see if he does end the season with a win. It's not the last game of the season, but it's the last home game of the season. And right there, those are my picks for Week 17 of the NFL. If you guys did like what I said, make sure you guys do like this video and subscribe. And until then, I will see you guys later. Peace out.